Hi there, Mr. Brian here. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I pray that God grants you the strength that you need to keep on going. And I pray that His blessings be upon you today. I just want to share a few words of encouragement and motivation your way. And I really hope that it goes a long way to help you out, to give you some perspective on how to tackle on some certain things that may be holding you back from making progress in your life. What I'd love to talk about today is on the topic answer the call to serve. You know, most of us are very, very talented. Most of us are very, very gifted. Most of us can sing. Most of us can dance. Most of us can write. Most of us can speak. Most of us are even very good listeners, and we can always give a listening ear to those who really want to be heard. And we are not using these talents that God has given us. We are not using our gifts that God has given to us. And every day we keep going to God and crying for blessings. We keep going to God and saying, God, I want to be this person. I want to make this impact. I want to be able to change lives. I want to be able to really do good in the world. And God looks at us and says, what have you done with what you already have? What have you done with those gifts that I've given you? You see, each of us are here, I believe, each of us are here with a purpose. Each of us are here to do something. Each of us are here to really make impact and to really change lives. You know, we complement each other as humans. What you have is not what I have, and what I have is not what you have. And what you have, someone else needs that. What I have, someone else needs it. And only when we go out there and we try to, reach out to those who may need what we have, then we can actually start building a world that we all would love to live in, a world that we all would love to see. I just want to tell you that you do not have to be afraid. You do not have to be afraid, and you have to start using those gifts and talents of yours. The world needs you now more than ever, excuse me. The world needs you now more than ever. If all of us, I believe all of us can agree that what the way the world is going today, it's not really how we would have loved it to go. There's a lot of cases about depression. There's a lot of cases about what you call suicide. There's a lot of crazy things happening, wars being fought. And we all do not want to live in a world like this. We want to be in a world where it's peaceful, it's joyful, and we all have the ability to express ourselves in some manner. And to add to this, I just want us to look at a few verses in the Bible. I'll just summarize it, and then I think I'll expatiate more on that. If you look at Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30, it speaks of the parable of talents. It talks of a story where a master had 3 servants, and he gave one of them 5 talents. He gave another 2, and he gave another 1. It says according to the ability. So whatever gift you have, or whatever talents you have, or whatever skills you have, are according to your ability. And so if you do not express that ability, if you are not able to use that now, there is no guarantee that if more is given to you, you will be able to handle it. How do you know that you can be able to handle what you're asking for if you're not handling what you have now? So it says that the person who was given 5 talents, he went ahead and multiplied that, and he became 10. The one who was given 2 talents, he went ahead, multiplied that, and he became 4. And the one who was given 1 talent went ahead and buried that. And when the master came back, the one who was given 5 talents said, Master, I've multiplied the talents which you've given me, and now they are 10. And the master was very happy, and he says, more will be given to you. You will receive more abundance. And the one who was given 4, same for him, said, Master, I multiplied, and now I have 4. And the master says, more will be given to you. You're a grateful servant. You're good. Be joyful, go and be joyful, and go and live in abundance. And the one who was given 1 says, the master is ungrateful, and he knew that the master was a wicked man. You can imagine that, and he decided to go ahead and bury the talents. That's what most of us do today. God gives us a gift, God gives us talents, God gives us, skills, and we go in there and we bury those talents. We hide in our shells, we sit in there. It could be because of fear, it could be because we fear criticism. It could be because we do not have the courage. It could be as well because maybe we do not know how to go about using that talent. But I want to let you know that you have to start using what you have already. You have to start using those gifts that God has given you. If you're a good speaker, go out there and try and speak. Do not be afraid to show up in the world. Those who answer the call to serve, those who are of service to other people, are the ones who receive more so that they can be of more service to those people. And you cannot receive if you're not already using what you have. So start analyzing yourself, start looking at yourself. What are those things that God has given me? Some of us are very creative. We can draw, we can write, we can do a lot. We need each other. We need each other. There are people who are desperately waiting for what you have to offer. But yet, don't let fear hold you back from serving these people. Only when you get out there and start serving this population or these people who are looking for you, then you will be able to start receiving more, and God will show you all the things that He has in store for you, all the other things that He has in store for you. When you start using those gifts that you have, then you can understand where you need to improve. If you do not use what you have, you will not know what you need. Because most of us are out there crying for a lot of things, whereas those are things that we may not need. And we do not understand that because where we are now and what we have now, we are not using that. We are not using that. No matter how small it can be, you just have to start. You do not have to hold yourself back. You do not have to be afraid that people will not receive what you have to offer. It is not for you to make that judgment. Each of us here serves as a vessel for the universe. Every day when you wake up, you should be able to pray and say, God, please use me to make change. Use me to inspire people. Use me to be able to use my abilities to reach out to people who need it. Because when you do that, you're giving yourself that chance. You're answering that call to serve. If you look at everybody who is, valued at a higher level, go to the musicians, go to maybe the artists, go to the footballers and all that. You see, people have a lot of fans, people are this popular, or people have this much impact in the world because they are serving a lot of people. If you look at all these footballers who are popular, I'll just use footballers as an example. Footballers who are popular, it's because they are entertaining a lot of people in the world, in all over the world, in different countries. And it's not about being popular. It's about being able to use what you have to reach out to those who need it. There are people just around you who may just need you to listen to them. Some of us are very good listeners, but we don't listen. We don't give them the listening ear. We don't pay attention to them. We are trying to hide our talents, and then we go to God and we are asking for more. Don't make that mistake. God has put you here for a purpose. When I started this speaking thing, I wasn't very sure of how it was going to be. I was also scared. There were times when I sat here, I used to shiver. And even now, some days I have to do like the video over and over again before I really get my thoughts out there. So it's not like there's no struggle when you're ready, but you become comfortable. You become comfortable. You now feel you get to adjust. You now feel confident. You don't build confidence by trying to find out how to build confidence. You build confidence by doing the things you have to do. Throw out the first video, write the first blog post, write the first article or something, share it with someone, and then get a feedback. Even if you don't get a feedback, do it because you have to do it. I do not wake up every day and make these videos because I want to. There are days literally today I woke up not feeling as to do this, but it's not my place to decide when to do this, to share the message that God has asked me to share. I'm doing this because it's purpose. I have to do it. It's my calling. And so that's how you should be looking at yourself. Everything that you have is for you to share and not for you to hold back. Don't be scared that people will attack you. If you are being called to serve, all those criticisms, all those attacks will not get to you. They cannot harm you because God has your back. God is your number one fan. And so don't hold yourself back. I'm reaching out to people out there who feel like they are stuck, who feel like God is not answering their prayers, who feel like they are not blessed, they don't have gifts, they don't know how to go about doing anything. Take a deep look at yourself. Go back even to your earlier days as a child. What were those things that you were very, very much involved in? What did you love doing? Were you someone who loved to read? Were you someone who loved to write? Were you someone who loved speaking? Look at all those things that you were grooming as a child. Because as we grow, some of us leave it and some of us do not realize that those are the things that God has called us to do in the world. When I was growing up, I had this epiphany once, and I was like, oh, it could never be me, It was some sort of revelation that came to me, and I was like, one day you're going to be preaching the word of God. You're going to talk about God. You're going to, reach out to people and try to win souls for Christ. I was like, no, it can't be me. Nah, I don't want to have that life. I want to do my things. I want to go clubbing. I want to be involved in the world. I want to have that life, I want to joke. I want to feel free. Because at that point in time, my vision was limited. I felt that doing that would instead limit me, but instead, that was where my liberation lied. So for most of us, we are in that same place where God has called us. We've had a revelation. We've had this idea to start something, but we are holding ourselves back because we don't feel like it's us. We feel like the message is for somebody else. It's for you. God is telling you today to go out there. Show up. Show up. I need to see you. What are you doing for my people? What are you doing? How are you helping? Take a look at us. We have 2 eyes, ears that we can hear, nose we can breathe, mouth we can eat, legs we can walk. There are people out there who do not have any of these things. But yet when we go to God, we are crying for more, but we are not using what we have to even serve those who do not have those things that we do. So I really want you to take your time today. It's the beginning of the week. Take time out. I know it's crazy to say take time out at the beginning of the week, but in life, you can't rush the best things. You can't rush the great things. If you do not understand what you are doing, then you're not doing anything. If you do not understand what you're doing, you're not doing anything. Because you only keep going back and forth, jumping from one place to another, finding out the best solution, thinking that there's something out there which is better. But no, it's about you understanding what you have and how to use that to be of service. Open your heart, open your mind, and let God use you to touch people's lives. We all need each other in this world. You cannot be happy in a world that is sad. And for those of us who have received the call, who have heard the voice of God speak to us, it's time for you to start speaking up. It's time for you to show up. Most of us cry every day. What kind of world is this? What kind of things are happening in the world? Why is the world like this? Why are things going like this? But we do not realize that we are also part of every problem that is going on. Just because we speak negatively, anything that happens, this world will never change. People will never change. This world like this is a very bad place. People, they will never know good. All those things that we speak, we are prophesying. That's why they say the tongue has the power of life and death. We do not realize our words should be there to inspire people. Our words should be there to encourage people. Our words should be there to push people, to elevate people. Because not everybody has the ability to see. And so for those who have seen, it's not for you to feel that you're better than somebody else. It's not for you to say, oh, I'm safe. All those who have not been enlightened, is their problem. How do you know you're safe? You're hiding in a corner. You're hiding in a corner. How do you know you're peaceful? You can't hide in a corner and say you're peaceful. It's when you are in a place where there is war and you're the only one preaching about peacefulness and the other one being peaceful in that scenario, that's when you know you're peaceful. How do you know you are what you say you are when you do not practice? You have to do those things. I just want to encourage you this day that as the week unfolds for you, you will find the strength. You will find that courage to start using what God has given you. And through your abilities, the world will be a better place. Through your abilities, people will be happy. Through you showing up, people will be elevated. So don't hold back. Don't be that one servant who takes what God has given him and goes and buries it. God has blessed you. Each of us is here to serve. If the farmer does not make crops in the farm, those rich people will not have food to buy. If there is no mechanic, your vehicles will not run. If there is no bank teller, you won't be able to withdraw your money. So everything is here to be of service. Your phone is supposed to be of service. Your laptop is supposed to be of service. How are you using it? How are you using it? How are you using your words? Shine the light on others. It doesn't have to be the whole world, but at least you know 10 people. You know at least 10 people. Start there. Write, send it to them and say, bro, sis, here's what I wrote. I just felt that I should share this with you. Some of them may need it. And even if they don't need it at the moment, some of them will come back to reference what you sent to them. That's how life is. You can't truly know your potential. You can't truly know what you're capable of if you're not using what you have now. So please, for your own good, for you to have all that dream that you're praying for you to be where you want to be, please be of service. Answer the call to be of service. We all grew up as children being unsatisfied with a lot of things that were happening to us. Some of us didn't want to have that kind of educational system in place. Now that you're grown, what are you doing to address it? Some of us said, oh, when I grow up, I'll make sure there's water in my village. Yeah, but there are people suffering who are not drinking right now, still in that same village. You do not have to build a whole pipe system first. At least start sharing even a pack of water, each of them, each house in the village. Start. There will be no time where you have all the resources. There will be no time where you have all the resources. There will be no time where things will just feel right. But you must start. So answer the call and be the great person that you are meant to be. Have a blessed day. Thank you.